Pay attention.
All right, we got 21 Camaro. So we're almost done taking this bumper off. Sometimes I miss out on valuable footage because I forget to press record. This is what I do when I need the bumper to kind of, you know, come off. I don't want to damage it too much. I put these on there like that. That way it can sit on that. Alright, just like that. See? See how that works? Alright, let's see. We got two connections. Disconnect, huh? 1 and 2. So I'm gonna put my bumper over to the side. So let me move the camera over to the bumper. 1 second. So let's take this wire harness off. Right. Right. So this is like a 10-hour job. So if it takes me 2 hours to get the car, take it apart, fix it, put it in paint, and then get the car, and maybe it takes me about another hour to put it together. That's 3 hours worked on it, but I get paid about 10 hours for it. That's what you want to see. I would much rather have a lot of small jobs that I can turn around quickly than one big job that's going to take me forever to finish. So let me show you what I'm working with right here, just so you can get an idea. Not a whole lot going on. You can kind of see those cracking, yeah, that they call them spider webs. It's on both sides. Let's see, can you see that? It's more prominent on this side, right in this area. So bumper got hit. Crease this up a bit. You see those like circles right there, probably from the license plate of the vehicle that hit this car. It's a little pushed in right there, nothing crazy. So we're gonna heat it up from the back, push it out, sand it until it's raw plastic. And if we need to put some material on, we will. But we'll see. So real quick, just heat it up. Go ahead and heat all of it up at once. That way we can just manhandle it and put it in its place. Okay, applying pressure right here. We really want to bring this out. Wow. Let's work on this top portion a bit. Alright, so here you can see the outside right here is what was sanded, and then where it's not sanded is a low spot. Both sides have it. We're going to come through with the 80 grit here. We're going to go through with 150 before we put any material on there. And then when we do sand the material off, we're going to hit it with 80, but we're going to be very careful. We don't want to burn through the material with 80 because then the scratches are going to be very deep and it's going to be harder for us to clear up. So we want to make sure that we finish off the material with 150, 220, preferably 320, just because plastic, when you sand it down, for example with 80 grit, it gets very rough and you'll feel like these fiber-like hairs sticking out of the plastic, and it just looks ugly. They primer it and it looks all fuzzy, so I try to just leave my bumpers 320. Okay, so I got it all sanded down. We got some low spots like that right there, but see, we still got some roughness on the edge right there, as well as on this side over here. And then we still got a little bit of unevenness right along this plane right here, but it's okay. We're just gonna put some material. Like, we got a low spot right there. We're gonna put some material on. It's gonna fix all these imperfections. So this is like a Poly-Flex, flexible polyester glazing putty, it says. So we're gonna mix this real quick. So I just put some hardener in it. It's gonna activate whatever material inside the polyester that it needs to, so that it can get hard. To apply this onto the raw plastic, you need to flame treat your plastic, and so I'm gonna hit it with a torch before I put this on, and that's really gonna like kickstart the activation. So we'll just hit our bumper. I think what ends up happening is the flame allows for like no oxygen to be in the area, and that creates like the perfect environment for this thing to get hard. I don't know exactly. So like this. What is that? Oh, come on. Yeah, just like now. Over here, just a little bit. Over here, just a little bit. It's starting to get hard, so we gotta move fast. So I don't want to touch that, even though I would like to straighten it out on top. I'm not going to touch that because I'm going to mess it up. It's already getting chalky. I'm going to wait for it to dry, like, I think it's like 30 minutes. Check it out. Kind of ugly right there. See how it's all rough and over here all nice and smooth, but it's all good. Okay, so I forgot to press record again, but all I did was hit it with a 80 grit on my DA just to get some of the roughness out, and now I'm hitting it with the 150 longboard with the block. That way I ensure that everything is nice and straight. Okay, so I'm nearing the point where I'm about to finish, but we don't want to mess anything up. We don't want to burn too far past the material into the bumper, because then we just have to redo things, and then at the same time we want to make sure that we get all of our body lines on. So I know there's one down the middle. I'm just gonna guess in between the license plate, which is somewhere there. I'm gonna sand this area, and then I'm gonna re-tape it and sand everything on this side. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. Just going over the edges. You don't want them too sharp. You don't want them to be completely rounded either. Just going over some final details here. But I am gonna go in with the DA, just go around everything 320 just to even it out. So everything feels really good. I like it. Oh, we're done, man. All right, check this out. We got, where is it? Right there, some pinholes along this area. Those are just pinholes along the edge right there. That's because it was all chalky and rough when we put it on. Right here, we got some pinholes right there. So I have this, works wonders. I'm gonna apply this, see that? Eliminates micro pinholes and putty. I'm gonna apply this and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after. But all it's gonna do is gonna cover up those pinholes. That way we don't have to apply more polyester to it or fill it up with some other putty. So we're just gonna rub it in with a towel and it's gonna fill them in perfectly. So we're gonna get some, apply it to the towel. And this feels gritty. This is like, it's like sand. It's like exfoliation type material or substance. And all you're gonna do is rub it in like this. Just rub it in. You don't wanna leave it kind of like caked on there because that's not the point. The point is to apply it to the point where it doesn't feel like there's a substance or residue on the material. So you just want to apply a little bit at a time and rub it in like this. All right, so that's pretty good. Let me show you how it looks once you fill in all those pinholes. So you see all those little dark spots? That's where that putty kind of filled in. You can see here, all those little dots that filled in. That's pretty much it for today, honestly. Pretty simple day. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna see if I can get something else to do after lunch. And if not, I don't know. Maybe I go home early, who knows? We'll see. Okay guys, check it out. And look at this. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know, but the lines look good. Perfect reflection. The different planes look very straight. Everything looks good. So I'm gonna put it together. We'll start by putting the spoiler or the lower cover on. If you come to the edge, this will be able to sit like that, which is what you want, because then that way it slides right in there. So the top bumper has tabs that go into the lower bumper, but then the lower bumper also has tabs that go into the top one. So you just have to kind of work your way around and make sure that these tabs are going where they're supposed to. So let's see. Okay, let me flip this around. Let me see. This is gonna go right here. Let's transition the view. And as always, I'm gonna put tape on the bumper so that I don't scratch the sides. I do it anytime I gotta put bumpers on by myself. I just go and cover the edge because it's the most susceptible to get scratched or chipped. Okay. Let me close the trunk though, because this is very important. So we're gonna close this to see where we're at. And that looks pretty good. That's what I'm talking about. So you just wanna make sure that this gap in between the trunk lid and the bumper is there, that it's actually visible and that it's not uneven, because it could throw off the way that your fitment on the sides are, or even worse, once you slam the trunk lid down, you mess up the bumper. Okay, so we're done. I mean, I gotta put the license plate on, but that's about it. Stay tuned.